Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Tonight I'm going to be working on the Craft Roulette episode number 176 card, and it needed to be split in the middle, have jolly colors, the element was fruit, and random was heart. And there is nothing like waiting until the last moment to get this done. It is Saturday night, and why I say the last moment is you're supposed to do it in 48 hours, and tomorrow I'm going to the state fair, so I am not going to have time to do it. So I've got to get it done. Anyway, I'm going to bring in some elements from the Make It Merry Christmas card kit. And I am using the panels that they provided, and they're actually 4 by 5.5 instead of 4 1/4. They're a little bit narrow. So the paper that I've decided to use for this, I think these are very jolly colors. I'm going to use these 2 pieces of paper here is what I'm planning to do. And I've got an idea, and I'm hoping that it might work out all right. So I'm just going to get started. So I need to bring in my paper trimmer. And I need to go ahead and make these. The first one, I'm going to make it 4 by 5.5 so that it will fit the card panel that came in the kit. And I'm carefully laying these pieces aside because I'm using every inch of this stuff because I really like it. And then I'm going to make another one just like it that's going to be 4 by 5.5. Making sure I save all of that. Okay. So it's going to be a quick card. I'm not going to do any die cutting or anything like that, but we're just going to get it laid down and get going on it. Let's see, I do have some tape runner. So is this going to fit well? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this down. I have had a busy day. Oh my gosh, I spoke in my last video that I had my grandkids all week and had them overnight. And then we had them until like 11 a.m. Well, then my sister and I stumbled across, we were planning to do, I'll back up, we were actually planning to do some landscaping in her yard today. Of course, we picked a hot day to do it, but we got to do it when we have time. Anyway, we were going to, she has an arbor seat, and we were going to get it situated. They did some gas line work in her area, and they dug up certain parts of her yard, and we were going to do some digging and make some flower beds along the edge of the house. And that was our plan today. Well, then we stumbled across from my grandkids' other grandparents. They had a bunch of rock that they wanted to get rid of. And so my sister and I decided that we would take it. So we spent 3.5 hours shoveling rock. So I am dead meat. Okay, now this panel, I'm going to split it down the middle, so to speak. So I'm just going to turn it, I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to lay this down. Actually, I'm going to come in the middle. Whoops. Get on there, get on there, get in there. Moved on me. Hopefully it won't matter because I'm going to cut some more of it away. So I've got that split down the middle. So that is my split in the middle element. And what I'm going to do, so that I can have a gap in there, is I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to cut them again. And I think I'm actually going to change my blade in here, I think, because it is not cutting very well. I can see these jagged edges on here. So and I've done this recently, so I must be doing a lot of paper cutting because I'm just getting some rough edges. So I'm just changing that blade so I'll get a better one. Okay. And then what I think I'm going to do to give myself more of a gap, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it. I'm going to try this. I'm going to slice off a hunk of this. And then we'll give it a shot and see what it looks like. I might want to slice off a little bit more, but we'll find out. So which way did my paper go? So basically that's what I sliced off. And I feel like I want to slice a little bit more off. And I'm going to do this edge because I did kind of mess that up a little bit. So I think I'm just going to slice off of here too. And let me get it laid down where I want it. I don't know. We'll give this a shot. See what that is. So then we just took off a little bit more. And so that'll give me kind of an interesting pattern. And I think I'm going to go with that. And I'm just going to get it laid down. Now I'm just fooling around here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I've sat here for a minute just looking at pattern paper and staring off into blank space because, oh my gosh, to be doing that shoveling in the heat and after having not really gotten a lot of sleep, I'm feeling kind of rough. I know, and tomorrow, to make matters worse, tomorrow we have plans to go to the state fair. So here we have exhausted ourselves, and then we're going to go to the fair tomorrow. And I also had, I guess I like to cut myself short, I also had dinner plans this evening with some friends. So my husband and I, I got back to the house and got cleaned up. My husband and I went out to dinner with some of our friends, and then we usually play some euchre with them. And so we did a little bit of that, and we only played 2 games. Fortunately, my girlfriend and I beat the men, so in 2 rounds, so we didn't have to play the third final round to see who was the true champion. So I was glad for that, and extremely tired, but I wanted to get this done because I know since I'm going to the fair, and maybe I said that already, if I'm repeating myself, it's because it's late. I knew I had to get this done and get the video going and upload. If I have to, I can upload the video on the way or something like that. But all I need to do is actually submit the picture. That's all that really counts. So anyway, so I've got my split down the middle. I believe I have jolly colors, and then I need to add some fruit, and I need a heart is what I need. So I have got these little fruit pieces here. I say fruit. This is what I'm calling a fruit cake. I did a little searching on Pinterest at fruit cakes, and sometimes fruit cakes do look like this. They don't normally look like that, always look like that cement block type cake. But I saw several pictures that were similar to this, so I am calling this a fruit cake, is what I'm calling it. Now, I need to determine, I think what I'm going to do is actually make my card go facing this way. And I think it'll still be just fine, because I'm thinking that I want to use this sentiment here that says, have yourself a merry little Christmas, let your heart be light. And then that will take care of my heart sentiment. So I've got my fruit cake, and I'm trying to decide whether to use the die piece or that, but I'm going to pull out the sentiment and lay it on here and see how it looks. And this could possibly be the fastest card ever if I don't dilly-dally. So I was thinking about putting it in here. And it probably is not going to look exactly straight just because of how I cut my, but I think it'll be okay. And then I'm thinking about putting my fruit cake there. Now this one is smaller, so it could fit there nicer, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. That doesn't have any sticky on that. I think yeah, there we go. Just peel that off. I'm going to lay that down on there next to that. And then I think I'm going to actually bring in this light too, because I let your heart be light, and I'm going to do that. So I've got a split in the middle, jolly colors, fruit, and heart. I'm using the word heart. This doesn't feel like it's completely straight, so I'm going to straighten it up a little bit. And this may be the simplest card that I've ever made. I am going to, because I've been having a kick out of making sure I use all of this paper. And this little tiny piece was all that was left of the pattern paper that I put on my last card. And so I was just thinking about sticking it on here just for fun on that corner. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I might even try to just make it a little tiny banner. There we go. And I'm just going to use my tape runner. I'm not even dragging my glue out tonight. And I am just going to add this to the top of my card. Just a little banner. And it's pretty simple. Not the most exciting card, but given the day that I've had and how tired I am, I think I'm going to call this my card. So I hope you like it. Please consider giving me a thumbs up. Thanks. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.